That was former Governor Mitt Romney. During a conference call with top donors, portions of that call were posted online. The Romney campaign tells NBC News, quote, Governor Romney was simply elaborating on what David Axelrod had said about the Obama campaign's effort to target key demographics, most specifically women. Joining me now, MSNBC analyst and former RNC chairman Michael Steele. Roll calls Shira Toeplitz, the Washington Post's Nia Malika Henderson. And out in Las Vegas, where Republican governors have been meeting this week, John Ralston of Ralston Reports. He got up early. I know he doesn't like doing that out there, but I appreciate it. John, let me start with you. You got a whole bunch of Republican governors who responded to Romney's comments, and boy, did they seem to pour cold water on Romney's analysis. Tell me more about it.
You know, it's amazing, Chuck. I mean, what better place to come, the land of second chances, the place for reinvention, than these Republican governors? Bobby Jindal is saying in response to Romney's comments, you can't keep dividing the American people, essentially saying we can't be the dumb party anymore. I mean, I'm surprised they still call themselves the Republican Governors Association. They're changing their entire branding this week here in Vegas.
Michael Steele, blame the voters? Is that what you heard?
Yeah, it's just an odd, silly, stupid thing to say, and it's, you know, it goes to the frustration a lot of Republicans had about how this campaign was executed at all levels, not just in the Romney level, but the national strategy by the RNC, the losses in the Senate, which were, you know, amazing given where we were just 6, 8, 10 months ago. So the reality of it is, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again: party, get your head out of your you know what, get into the real world, understand that America's changed. Change with it. Don't have to change your values, but adapt them to the realities. And people want to hear you speak to their concerns. And I think the Romney comments are outside of that.
And sure, in an odd way, Romney has provided an opportunity for Republicans that want to be 2016 players, right? And Bobby Jindal, boy, he took that softball pitch and hit it out of the park. He said, hey, that's not me.
Oh, absolutely. And Bobby Jindal has been to Iowa. A couple of Republican governors in Las Vegas are looking at it as well. It does give them an opportunity, but I think they need more time than this. This can't be a week after kind of decision. Sure. They need a few more weeks. They need months. Anything you're getting out of them is kind of knee-jerk reaction. And it's always easy to hate on the loser right now.
And Nia, I was just surprised. I mean, look, on one hand, I understand when you lose a race, you just can't believe you were the problem, that your message was off, and you think, boy, they did something else. But I am going to be curious now. The first big post-election interview with Mitt Romney is going to be fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. I mean, he sounded very statesmanlike, I think, when he gave his concession speech. Very gracious tone. And then to come out and essentially dig up the 47% video and attach these racialized, you know, identities to these people. I just thought it was very offensive. It was inappropriate. It's certainly not helpful to his party. I mean, he sounds like a man who doesn't really have a future in politics, and also sounds like a man who doesn't really understand Americans, doesn't understand that you can't win Iowa and New Hampshire with the black and brown.
Well, that's what's so odd about it, is that it doesn't match. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't explain him losing Iowa and New Hampshire. John Ralston, very quick, how sober is this RGA meeting? You've been hanging out there. How sober is it out there? It's Vegas, so
well, I think it's very. I think it's very, very sober. Yes, especially for a Las Vegas gathering, Chuck. I mean, there's the self-flagellation that is going on here is just remarkable to see. Suddenly, they've discovered that maybe demography does have something to do with winning elections. As if they suddenly realized that this burgeoning Latino population, 40 million strong, pretty soon, eligible voters, and suddenly they say, "Oh, look, we better start saying some things we haven't said."
I think they thought Hispanics only lived in California and thought they could not worry about it. Anyway, trivia time. Stick around. We're going to talk a little 2016, believe it.